Welcome to Python for Robolink. Python for Robolink is an integrated development environment, or IDE. In simple terms, it is a coding platform that is especially designed for the CoDrone EDU. In this video, we will be taking a tour of all of the features you will find in Python for Robolink, including the connection window, file panel, the code area, the menu, program controls, tools panel, and the sensor dashboard. Before getting started, be sure that you are using Google Chrome. This will provide you with the best programming experience, and some features might not be available in other browsers. Connection window. This is the connection window. It will expand when we connect our controller to the computer. In order for us to see how all parts of Python for Robolink work, first, we need to connect our CoDrone EDU. To do this, you will need the drone, a battery, your controller, and the data cable that came with your kit. First, let's power on our drone using the battery. Then, we're going to go ahead and plug in our controller using the data cable. Once you plug in your controller, you'll notice that the drone and controller should automatically be paired, and your controller should go into link state. If your drone does not go into link state, you'll need to press the power button once to switch into link state. If you are using the Jero TC edition, you'll need to press and hold the power button until the controller turns on. Then you'll need to press the power button once to enter link state. Now that we're powered on and paired, we can go ahead and connect our CoDrone EDU to Python. To do so, go ahead and click on Connect in the connection window in the bottom left corner. When you do so, you'll see a pop-up window that comes up on your screen. Go ahead and select your CoDrone EDU in that window and click Connect. Once you've connected, you'll see that your connection window has turned green and it says CoDrone EDU. This means that you're all set and ready to program. File panel. Before we begin building our program, let's take a look at how we can keep all our files organized. In Python for Robolink, there is a file panel on the left-hand side of your workspace. Here's where you can create folders and files of different projects. In your file panel, you'll see a folder titled My Projects, a file titled main.py, and another folder titled Color Data. The My Projects folder is your main project folder. This folder cannot be deleted. Neither can your Color Data folder. You can go ahead and right-click on My Projects, and from there, you can create a new folder, a new file, or download the entire project. If you want to exit out of those file options, you can simply click in the file panel. You can collapse the folder My Projects by simply clicking on it once and then clicking on it another time to reopen the folder. Main.py cannot be deleted unless we create another file in that folder. We can, however, rename it. So if we right-click on main.py, we have the option to rename or download that specific file. Our color data folder will store all of the information gathered when we use our color tool. We'll learn more about that in a later lesson. When creating a new file by right-clicking on My Projects and selecting New File, you have to give it a name. Whatever name you give your file, it has to either end in .py or .txt. Those are the only files that it will accept. You'll see that it has created a new file at the bottom of our list. You will also notice that it has created a tab at the top of our page as well for that file. You can close this tab, but you'll notice that the file still remains on the left-hand side of your screen. To delete a file, you must right-click on it and select Delete. You can create a new folder similarly as creating a new file. If you right-click on My Projects, you can select New Folder, and then you can give it a title that doesn't require any extension. The folder will show up at the bottom of your list. At the top of your file panel, you'll see a few different icons. The first icon is to upload an individual file. It has to be a TXT or .py file, but I can select it, and then I can select my file, and it'll open up as a new tab. The next icon is to upload a whole folder. If I select the folder upload, I then am taken to my files where I can select the appropriate folder I want uploaded. The third icon is to create a new file, just like we did when we right-clicked on my projects. It will go ahead and ask you to give it a title and put the file extension at the end. You can see that it created a new tab and added a file at the bottom of our list. And the last one is the create a new folder, just like we did when we right-clicked on my projects. We can click new folder, and we can give it a title, and it adds it to the bottom of our list. Let's navigate back to the main.py file so that we can take a look at our code area. The code area. When you first launch Python for Robolink, you will notice that there is code that starts on your screen. Line 1 is pulling the library that allows for all the CoDrone EDU functions and allows your drone to fly. Line 3 creates an object named drone and allows us to use functions on that drone. Line 4 allows your IDE to talk to your CoDrone EDU. Line 6 is a comment. Line 8 disconnects the program from running the drone, which you'll usually do at the end of your program. To add code to the coding area, you simply start typing. But what do you type? Well, let's give ourselves some space. So if I click in line 7, I can hit enter and give myself some blank lines. I'm going to start typing on line 8. On line 3, we mentioned that we created an object called drone. So to call that object, all I need to do is type its name. So in this case, it's drone, and then do a dot, and we will get a whole list that we are able to scroll through. So I can scroll through all of these to try and find the function that I want to call for this program. Some of them might come with other parameters, or they might set you up for some more complex code, but they are all listed here. If you want to type out a function, say get front range, and you didn't want to get it from our list here, you would have to type it out exactly as you see it here. So spelling and the case matter immensely. Otherwise, it's not going to know what function you're trying to call. If there is a mistake, it will show up in red. As you're creating your programs, you may also notice other colors that appear in your code area. Blue is reserved for specific functions and keywords in the Python language. Yellow is generally your parentheses and curly brackets, but if you have nested parentheses or brackets, they'll change to purple or other colors based on the number of next parentheses. Green is for comments. Orange is for strings. Light green is for ints and floats. White is for everything else. When we first started writing this program, you'll notice that I had entered down so that I gave myself space to write code on line 8. We can use spacing to help organize our programs and better be able to see which functions are on which lines. When you run your program, it will automatically skip over the blank lines. Anytime you finish writing a program, you'll want to make sure that you save it. While Python for Robolink auto-saves your work, it's still best practice to download your program after each session. To save your program, you go up to Menu, and then File, and you can do Download All. You can also come over to your File panel and right-click on it and do Download from here to save the individual file instead of the entire project. The menu. As we noted, the menu gives you a few different options. Under File, we noted that you can download the whole project as Download All. You can open an individual Python file. And you can also reset the workspace. Resetting the workspace will clear everything that we've done and set it back to default. You will get a warning. And then if I select Reset, we are back to just having our main My Projects folder, our color data folder, and our main.py file. Under Menu, you also have Help, where you can access the system requirements, privacy policy, and release notes. Program controls. Next to the menu, you'll find your program controls. The first one is our Run. Anytime you want to test out your program and your CoDrone EDU is connected to Python for Robolink, you can click Run and it will run through your program. The next button is our Land button. This will bring your CoDrone EDU down for a controlled landing, regardless of where you're at in running that program. And the last one is our Emergency Stop button, which should be used only in case of emergencies, and you should attempt to catch your drone when it falls out of the air. Tools panel. All the way to the right, you'll find our Tools panel. The very top one is our console. Our console is used anytime we want to print anything to our screen. For example, if I wanted to print something to this screen, I can type out our print command, parentheses, and when I run this program, we should see that in the console, the text shows up. The next tool in our tools panel is our color tool. This tool is used for collecting color samples so that your color sensors can detect more colors than just the cards that came in your kit. We will learn more about this feature in a later lesson. Our last tool on our tools panel is our documentation. Documentation will let you take a look at all of our CoDrone EDU Python library. You can take a look at any of the functions that are related to the CoDrone EDU. So for example, if I wanted to learn about the takeoff command or function, I could come here and I could read a description of it. I can see what the syntax is, if there are any parameters, if it returns anything. And then I'll always have an example of how to use that code. I can even open that code up right in Python if I wanted to test it out. Sensor dashboard. Our final stop on this tour is probably my favorite feature of our coding platforms, our sensor dashboard. To open our sensor dashboard, you simply click on the double arrows in the upper right corner, and the sensor dashboard will open up. If you pick up your drone, you can start to see how some of those sensors are taking in data as the drone moves around. And you can also see that some of our sensors do not work unless the drone is sitting on a flat surface. We will learn about each of these sensors as we proceed through the Robolink Learn lessons. I know that I covered a lot of information in this video, but we will make sure that you get to practice using each of the components before building your first program. If you're not already there, head on over to Robolink Learn to get started.